cool. Oh, we're back.
What up?
Let me actually put you up so I can see you.
Girl.
Okay, now I can't see you. Wait. Girl, how have you been?
Girl, this week has been so hectic, but I just came back from a holiday. I'm feeling fresh, refreshed. It was literally like a holiday in quarantine.
Firstly, I need to expose you. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna expose you for that. Okay. I'm gonna expose you. Because are we not in a global pandemic right now?
Well, I feel like...
Are we not in a global pandemic right now?
Every time I leave my house for longer than a few hours, it's pretty much a holiday, okay? So, no shame. It was my cousin's birthday, and I just went to see the people for the weekend.
Okay.
That was my little holiday. But the week was wild. Like, so many things have been happening. But what about you?
I mean, okay, well, I don't know if I told you this, but as you know, because of lockdown, everything's been shut down, including my job, which has been really tricky because not being paid for, I don't know, like 4 or 5 months is, to put it frankly, a cuck situation. But I was kind of, not offered, but, you know, someone approached me about a job opportunity. I reached out. I was like, hey, I heard that you're looking for people, yada yada. Did the interview, got the job seemingly. They were like, oh, we're so keen to work with you, da 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 da, whatever. And like, I haven't heard anything for like 5 days, and like I'm worried because they were very adamant about, oh, we start in August. It's like, you know, it's very like it's like a hectic job. We need you right away, yada yada yada. And like, I haven't heard anything. And so part of me is like, I'm a little bit stressed. I'm not gonna lie. I am stressed about it. But at this point, even if they somehow, I don't know, went with somebody else or whatever, that's money. I'll be fine. Like, we're not the most, I have a house. I've got my internet. I've got my fiber.
Yeah.
Ooh, my fiber internet connection. Like, I'm fine, you know. But it's also just, at the end of the day, and I think for most South Africans, to not, and also people all over the world, I sometimes forget that this is a global thing because we're so just focused on just ourselves and the people we know. But people all over the world, it's like not being paid for 4 months.
It's hectic.
It's hectic, and it's like an adult type of stress. I've never felt, this is why this is why we're calling this shit quarter life crisis. Because when you realize, like, the decisions I could have made back in the day was like, oh yeah, like, this would have been, it sounded so perfect in the beginning, this whole thing. Like, I get to be home for 2 months and like, chill. Relax. That sounds amazing. But when you realize, yo, the mental games of quarantine games, that's hectic. The mental games of like you being at home by yourself, you being at home.
Gosh, I'm getting so
nothing
bored
to
of
do.
myself. Like, I walk past myself in the mirror and I'm like, oh, it's you again. There's no one else here. It's so wild. I can't. It's the only thing I can compare it to is I was speaking to my grandmother, and because she visits all the time now, because apparently I'm the favorite now. You know, she switches. It's either my cousin Morgan is the favorite, the BCom law student. Okay, yes, he did BCom and law at the same time. He's the we get it. He's amazing. Whatever. But like now it switched to me because I'm the fun one. Like, it's nice having that balance of like, he's the favorite, like he's the smart, but like, I'm the fun one. I'm the one. I'm the auntie. Yo, I wish I had siblings so I could have like nieces and nephews, because I would dead ass, like, I'd get you. I'd be like, yo, don't you want some vodka? Come here. Come here, niece. Come here. Let me pour you some. Just try it. No, try it. That's fine. Dead ass. Like, so I'm the fun one. And going back to my grandmother, so I was at home. This was like 3 months in, and I'm like the mental games, right? And I'm sitting there, and I just looked at her, and I was like, is this what retirement's like? you just sit at home with nothing to do, just looking for stuff to do. And she's like, yeah. And I was like, that's why she's okay. Because she's been doing this for the past 30 years. Yo, we supposed to be worried about our elders. No. The thing that's not going to catch him is corona. It's the boredom. Like, they've got it. That's why they're mentally still there. They've mentally been doing this for the past, like, 30 years. But no, man, like, besides that.
Minds, literally.
It's I'm almost like, I want the country, I want the world to open up, I want to make money, I want to go work. I haven't felt this motivated to go and work in my entire life. And I hated my job. You know how I would like literally complain about how much, like on my, if you ever go on my IG highlights, it's just like I'm waking up super early. It's like, what is this all for? What is this for? Like, the stress is too much. Now I'm sitting at home like, treat me like a cockroach. Please treat me like a piece of shit. I want to be treated like a piece of shit. I want that. I want to be treated like I'm the scum of the earth. And I'm 100% okay with saying that. No, but it's true. I want to be treated like the scum of the earth because it's something that's not this.
It's just something else.
It's not this.
I feel you. It sounds like I went on holiday. It was a whole retreat because it wasn't this. It wasn't my 4 walls. It wasn't just me. It was people and fresh air. Cause lol. But that sucks, dude. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I can.
Also. Like, wow.
Yeah, man. I miss work so much, and and they really, look, I know I'm saying that they treated me like shit. They didn't treat me like shit. I want to, in case my employers ever see this, it's a joke. But also part of me is like, the stress, but also like the stress of work is so addictive, man. It is so addictive. The rush. I love it. But yeah, so this week, long story, that was a long ass story to get to the point that, yeah, I want that feeling again, and this job is an opportunity for me to get that feeling again, to have some purpose in life, to have something to do. But yeah, and also we had a really hectic week. Not a hectic week this week, but we released our first episode yesterday. Was it yesterday?
It was yesterday.
How do you feel about that?
Oh my gosh.
How do you feel?
I was so excited and nervous too, because I was like, oh my gosh, we were saying a lot. Just spilling tea, saying things here and there. But I mean, that's what we're here for. We're really here just to talk. And I love it. So I think I'm excited for this one as well. Have some people engage, subscribe, kids. But I don't know. I'm kind of excited to see how people receive it still.
Yeah, I'm just so ready. This is really just having, like I said, that like purpose during lockdown. That thing.
That thing.
I what is this? Why that thing? I'm like, is this why people have kids? Like, you're bored with your life. You're like, oh, there's nothing. Let's spice up the relationship. Let's throw in third person here real quick. Let's spice shit up. Let's throw another character in the series, you know? And that's what this podcast felt like. Is just like, oh, we're throwing in another character just to spice things up. Because, yeah, man, it's been crazy to see. It's been crazy to see the like support of my friends who I know better be subscribed. But yeah, just to see their support of like they've been DMing me and stuff, and that's been really cool. And just to see this thing come to fruition in a few weeks, actually. It wasn't that long. We just chatted and
but it's weird,
I was like, yo, let's start a podcast. Let's go.
Crisis was in the making about a year ago. Do you remember that? When we first spoke about it.
Yeah.
Like at work at the office. And like, wow, this is insane.
Another work
And it's
situation we
amazing.
won't get into in this podcast.
No, not right now.
That work situation,
Yeah,
I will
yeah.
tell you, and I'll tell you, we'll spill the tea on
Yeah.
that. But yeah, like, so long,
Yeah,
yeah.
the support
Just
has
to
been
think we
amazing.
wanted to start it.
It's been just like a few days, but
And-
it's been amazing. Shout out.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to have this thing go big, man. You know, to have people support would be great, and just to be able to just chat about like our lives and the shitty parts about it, the good parts, mostly shitty. Like, quarantine is not the worst thing. Okay, well, it is probably the worst thing that will ever happen to us, globally speaking, but. Considering that we kind of live somewhat, at least I speak for myself, live somewhat comfortable lives, it's, you know, nice to have the ability to where we can do this in the comfort of our homes and to make opportunities out of it, just a really, really trash situation. And yeah, Corona.
Why?
Like, if I see another tweet about how Corona effed up someone's bag, I'm gonna get so mad because, you know, 2020, for those of you that don't know, I took a break from masters. This one is still studying her masters. I don't know how.
Don't know how
That
to
is
do it.
wild. I had to take a break, and 2020 was going to be the year I got my coin, like, you know, and literally in March 26th, when Cyril announced
Level 5.
But honestly, did you think this lockdown would be as long as it's been? I didn't think it would be like 4 or 5 months.
I
We're in
honestly
August.
knew it was gonna be a while. I had a feeling it was gonna be a while. So when we heard like 21 days, I was like, there's no way. This is gonna be at least 2 or 3 months. That was like my feeling. But here we still are. Month what, 4?
I don't have the words for. I thought it was gonna be 2 months. I genuinely, Kaylee, you dumbass. I thought it was gonna be 2 months. Everyone was going, it's gonna be 21 days, but they're saying it's gonna be 2 months. Or everyone at the office, it's gonna be 2 months. So I was like, worst case scenario, I'm good for 2 months. It is now August. Corona is in an entanglement.
Pretty much.
Corona is in an entanglement.
Too much. But at least, I mean, we can keep ourselves entertained on Netflix. There's a whole list of strong black lead films, or series rather, that they're putting on Netflix. Like, stuff we used to watch, guys. I'm so excited. We can binge.
Yeah, like Netflix, people always want to clown on Netflix. They're like, Netflix is like the macro to HBO's or Showmax's Woolies. Like, they want to compare the two, and I'm like, you can't compare the two.
Why?
It's like you go to the one you go to them for different reasons, right? And Netflix, one thing I will say is they are coming for our coin. Like, they are coming. So basically, like you said, Netflix announced a few days ago that they're bringing like Moesha, sister, half and half, one on one. By the way, the Parkers, what else is there? Girlfriends, the game, like all these amazing shows. I loved Girlfriends on. I can't remember when it came on. Like, was it SABC 1?
I actually didn't get
SABC
to watch
1?
Girlfriends. Hey, that was one I haven't. So I'm excited to like get the time, find the time.
I want to
sit and binge.
Like, I remember, I'm showing my age now, but like, this is around Jam Alley. Remember when that was a thing? Like, when Jam Alley was a thing, right? So then you had Moesha came on. I didn't see Sister. Girlfriends, I think, was on SABC 1. The Parkers was on SABC 3, I think. Half and half, I think there was SABC 1. And one on one, that was SABC 1. But these shows, I remember, oh my word, Girlfriends was like Sex in the City but better. The Parkers was like, these shows, basically what I'm trying to say is these shows are so iconic, especially Moesha. Like, do you remember? Like, how did you watch Moesha?
Only a few. I didn't watch the whole thing though.
I just remember I was so young, but one thing I will say, and obviously I haven't watched government channels in like since I left for uni. I left high school. I haven't really watched like the government channels, but when I was a kid, they had shows on there that really creme de la creme. Like, remember the Shaka Zulu? Yo, fam, I remember watching that SABC One. If you were up too late, you see that Shaka. I was like, yo, what is going on? That was amazing. Yeah. There was like there was that Shaka Zulu miniseries, which was like, Netflix needs to do a if Netflix does not do a remake of that series or some version of the Shaka Zulu story, and they don't make it like a good 8 episodes,
girl, I'm
gonna boycott.
Yeah, you gotta get on that.
I'm gonna start a campaign on Twitter, like, get Shaka to Netflix.
Yes. I love it.
Or something. We'll work on the hashtag. But like, they need to do that. They need to, because they've really invested in a lot of local productions. So we had that one shitty cop procedural that like nobody watched. Then we had Queen Sono, which was amazing, phenomenal. We stand. Then there was Blood and Water, which I'm gonna do a review on pretty soon on my own channel. Links down below. Yes. That was so shameless. But you gotta do it. And then they recently announced Jiva, which is like basically think Honey meets Step Up, but in South Africa.
Ooh, okay.
So yeah. So it's like there's a lot happening. There's a lot of things cooking. And they've done there's that, is it the 8 movie, that Infinity movie on Netflix, that South African horror?
Oh yes, I did.
Which I'm not gonna watch because it looked.
I did watch that.
That looked too scary to me. That looked way too scary. What did you think of that?
It was really. I enjoyed it for a local production, especially having that in mind. And from a horror lover's point of view, I love horror movies and scary movies, so it wasn't scary enough for me. It was really just like. But it was a good movie. I just didn't get that thrill. I want my heart to race. I want to scream. I want to jump up, like, sleep with the lights on. But I didn't get that scared, so.
For the life of me, like, for me, when I saw that trailer, I was so scared. And if you watch the trailer, like, the editing on that, I feel like they gave just enough, but not too much. I could still guess the plot, I'm sure. But, and the thing is, I'm gonna tell you why. Because, for me, because it's a local horror, it hits different. Yeah. It hits different.
Definitely.
I'm not looking at it the same. Like, it's not some crazy, like, I'm sorority white girl who's like, I'm gonna go in a cabin with my friends and we're gonna go in. No, this is literally Worcester. This could be in Worcester, like an hour away. Like, you could be on a wine farm. Do you know what I mean? Like, you spend one night on a wine farm. You tell me if you're not scared. I'm just saying. Yeah. Like, it's too real and it scares me.
Okay.
So I did not watch that because I went no. After I saw that trailer, I got scared. I got like proper jump scared by that trailer, which probably means it's a good movie because.
Like, I was so
you know what?
excited, but then like even like The Haunting of Hill House is something I watched on Netflix. Amazing. But like, I just want a little more scare, guys. I don't know. Also, if people can recommend stuff, please do. Like, I want to be scared, guys. I haven't had that in years, and I love horrors and thrillers and these psychological things that make you think. Psychological thrillers.
Like, I can deal with suspense and thriller. I can't deal with horror. Because, like, people getting chopped up and, like, decapitated and stuff. Like, I would say the most gory thing I've watched was probably Hannibal. Like, that's the gore I can take, because they're kind of, like, already dead. I'm not seeing them murdered. I don't want to see people get killed.
Ooh, that's my
It's
shit
just,
too.
like, my...
Okay, not
She's
that
gonna
deep,
kill me!
but did you watch Dexter? I'm thinking along the lines of Dexter. Loved it. But anyway.
Okay, I love Dexter, because that was, like, a comedy...
Type of,
drama,
yeah.
I feel like. It was a dramedy to me. Like, it wasn't just, oh, he's murdering people. Like, I feel like he was really charismatic and fun, and it was quirky. And the fact that the police on that show was so incompetent, I was like,
Wow.
the slides with the blood? And he had a manifest. There was a reasoning, but it wasn't just, I'm gonna kill you in the most gory way possible. It was like, okay, there's other weird kooky characters here as well. It wasn't just super, like, the like, super low lighting, you can't see, there's a girl in a car who's breathing heavy, and there's, like, a fucking Ascari here on the side, and it's, like, a Tokaloshi or some shit. I can't deal with that.
Yeah.
Because, like, the mental... I want to be able to, like... I remember when I was a kid, this is... On SABC2, they would have, like, horror stuff sometimes at 9 o'clock. And I remember The Seed of Chucky came on. And my cousin watched... He was 13, maybe. I was maybe 7. And he would watch The Seed of Chucky. And I would stand behind the door. And I would, like, literally peek and watch him watch the movie. I couldn't even watch the movie.
my God.
And Seed of Chucky, the Chucky movies are funny. They're not even scary. So, like... Triggered.
I know, no lie.
So anyway,
I wasn't allowed to watch Courage the Cowardly Dog super late at night because that would give me nightmares. Like, genuinely.
How
so
does
it's so
that...
weird how that made a weird little circle, because now I'm a horror movie fanatic, but Courage the Cowardly Dog scared me. Like, nightmares.
Like, that show... I could do a whole essay on that show and how effed up some of this. The one I always think of is the one where the film directors come and they want to make a movie, and they make a movie about the fact that they're going to sacrifice Muriel, but they're obviously doing it for real.
Yes, I remember that.
And Courage, and I'm like, how does... Firstly, Eustace is the most useless husband because he's never there to protect his wife. Not saying that's the only role of a man, but it's helpful if you get to help.
Yelling, what is it?
You know,
dog?
and then you made me look bad. Booga booga booga. Ah! Like, dead ass. I love that show.
Yeah.
I love that show. Courage the Cowardly Dog. That dog went through the most. He had PTSD.
Right.
That poor little piece of...
Poor Courage.
That dog had PTSD.
Shame.
Like, but that show was genuinely, like... How did we end up with Courage? But, like, yes, but that show is amazing. Yeah. But, yeah, there's just so much. Please recommend us stuff to watch. I watch so much, like, content. I don't really watch movies and series anymore unless I search it out and I'm like, okay, cool, I need to watch this.
Horror,
I need to watch this because everyone's talking.
Scared, please.
Not for me. Like, I'll tell you what movies I like. Like, so I like series like Dark, really cool show. It's about... I can't even tell you what it's about. I can't even explain. It's so complicated. So Dark on Netflix, check that out. I like Chewing Gum.
I love it.
Love that show.
I've been
There's
watching
so
I
many.
Made
Just
This For
for
You.
recommends.
Michaela Coel is, I hope I'm saying it correctly, she's amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
She's phenomenal.
Yeah, phenomenal. Queen.
I'll tell you the minute. I'll tell you the minute I knew she was amazing. It's in Chewing Gum when the guy, the white male character, comes up to her while she's handing out pamphlets.
Yes.
And should we play the club? Let's play the club. We weren't supposed to play clubs. Oh god, we're just gonna fucking play the club. Yeah. Let's go. But I love this scene so much. And basically, this guy in the show, Michaela's character is like a virgin, but she's obsessed with sex.
Yeah.
I think at this point she's broken up with her really conservative boyfriend, and she's like, I'm gonna get it.
Oh yeah.
And I'm gonna make this man jealous. And this random, this scene is amazing. I just love her ability. The fact that she's just everything. And I watched this interview that she did on Channel 4. We should check it out. I'll link it down in the description. And she has so much insight. And I love the fact that she's not a film actress or a writer or a screenwriter, but she just kind of happened across this career, and it's really just worked for her. And we need more people like her in the industry.
Definitely.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Wait, let me find the... We must at least do one reaction video each. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Chewing gum. Cell phone number? Oh, God. I love this show so much. It just makes me
I'm gonna go rewatch it.
feel wholesome.
Yes.
It's not on Netflix anymore, which sucks.
That's where I watched it at first.
Yeah, you're gonna have to find other ways to download it. I found the video.
Yeah.
I love this show so much.
Let's
Okay,
see.
can you see?
I cannot.
Sorry that you're gonna...
Yes, I can see.
Can you see now?
Yeah.
I love this scene so much. It's so funny. I'm gonna have to move you away now. Sorry about that. My internet is just not vibing with me today.
Oh, today is like it's not the girl.
It's just not vibing. My internet's like, listen here, bitch, you better shut the fuck up. You've been talking shit about me the past few days. And I want you to know I'm gonna clock you. I'm gonna clock you.
Coming back with a vengeance.
Oh my God. Like, and also, like, her friends were just the coolest people ever.
Yep.
Like, the friend she had, like, the one, so there was this one scene where one friend was like, oh, just go for a Tinder bang. And she's like, what? What's a Tinder bang? And she's like, oh, so you go on Tinder and you just, like, click through and then you go bang one of them.
Yeah.
Like, 5 mile radius, mate. 5 mile radius. I was like, what? The show is everything. It's like her friend.
Imagine.
Watch the show is what I'm saying.
Yes, do watch it.
Okay, the quality is going to be shit on this one. But... Man, this is not how it should be enjoyed. I'm going to be so mad. I'm so mad at myself. Let's skip to this man's real quick. Was it this scene? Yeah, it was this scene.
I love her.
She's phenomenal. Oh my God. I love this show. Oh yeah, that's not him. So that's the ex she broke up with. Okay, well, you get the point. Oh my God. I'm just sorry. I was just a bit taken aback by it all. But yeah, her writing is just so phenomenal. Okay.
Honestly.
I'm trying to skip. This is not working. We are just going to skip this. I'm going to link it down. Did I just waste 5 minutes of our time? Yes, but it's okay. We keep it pushing. Next time we will just make sure we have the clips ready beforehand. Yeah. But otherwise, this week's been hectic. We're loving the support we're getting. Thank you so much for, if you have subscribed and you have, stumbled across this little channel of ours. It's just nice to have something creative to do during some of the most hectic, stressful times I think this whole entire world's ever gone through.
Right.
Besides, the meteor crashing and the dinosaurs becoming extinct, which was pretty hectic, I'm sure, for them. But for us, those living, I honestly, and this is going to be a bit of an unpopular opinion, but I think we're in a simulation.
Oh yeah, no.
I'm saying it.
I've said that so many times. I was like, I think the person who's like picking me as if they were playing Sims is just doing like random ass shit.
yeah, like genuinely, like it's a little kid on a park bench playing on his Game Boy.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, this is boring. Let's just throw an earthquake in here. Oh, let's just throw a global pandemic in here.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's really boring. Let's just, genuinely, it's so, sometimes I wake up and I just feel like this isn't happening.
Yeah,
like, this,
it's not real.
Trump didn't happen.
It's all
Trump
a
didn't
game,
happen.
it's a simulation,
What?
guys. It is.
It's just, it's so hectic. I feel like I'm in a dream most days, and I'm.
In a
Am I in one right
almost.
now? Yeah, man. But that's all to say. Wait, sorry, my brain just did it. My brain just did an error. I literally was gonna say something and it left. It literally left. Oh my word. But yeah, like definitely check out those shows.
Yeah.
Check out Netflix and all of these amazing shows. Moesha the Game, Sister Girlfriends, The Park is Half and Half, 1 and 1. Great shows. I remember watching as a kid. I'm really quite upset at myself that I haven't kept up with a lot of what these actors are doing now, because I feel like that was like a black renaissance of TV. You know, those like mid 2000s to late 2010s, especially like 2007. I feel like that's a golden year for like black television for me, that I made up in my head. But
Agreed,
but yeah, they were like such amazing shows like that we don't really have nowadays. At least if they are, they're not as publicized, I feel. Yeah. I talked so much. That's the one thing I realized from the podcast, watching the other one, the first episode, is I talk so much.
But I love it.
And I say all the
Vast.
time. We need to do a compilation at the end of this.
Yes.
Like just
After like the
all the
first
times
5
Kaylee
episodes,
was triggered.
all the time I was shook.
Every single time Kaylee was triggered.
Each time Rati was shook.
Oh man.
Anyway,
Shooketh.
so
Oh, man.
we can wrap it
Yeah.
up. We're excited next week. Stay tuned. Your girls are going through a core life crisis, but come along.
Click subscribe, turn post notifications on, do all those good things. Comment down below.
Follow us on our socials.
Do all the things. And thank you for the continued support.
That's a wrap.
Yeah, man. Okay, cool. See you next week.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay.